Maybe you can blow up each other's.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too, which would be awesome.
Wow.
We're killing my mongrels!
Refit your friends just sitting in. So it's like, why are my mongrels blowing up? For no reason.
Just imagine 12 of them blowing up at once on some poor monster.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
Well, this
Let's hope.
WizCon, let's all go witch doctors and find out.
Let's do it.
Or the PvP fights in 3v3 where you see, 9 of them blow up on some poor wizard just didn't see it coming.
Oh man.
But I imagine
3v3.
there won't be that problem, or there will, since there's a lot more customization with your skills, and you can infest yours with locusts or whatnot, poison,
Fire.
I think a serious PvP team, 3v3 team, if they were going to go 3 witch doctors, I would hope that something about the skill trees and the rune system would lead you to diversify a bit, so it wouldn't be 3 identical witch doctors running in with all of these mongrels. That there would be something about them to differentiate.
Yeah,
You would think so.
You would think so, but at the same time,
I've seen that video of 5 Night Elf Moonkins in the arena. I've seen that.
Yeah.
And they all do the exact same thing.
Oh, when it was bugged, I was on an arena team where our whole tactic was just to run out and cast Starfire and run around. The team died. So there certainly is also room for one-trick ponies to kind of pile up, and if that one-trick pony ends up being a pet-heavy build of the witch doctor, then expect chaos.
See, but now chaos that doesn't hurt you can also be a really good tactic.
That's true.
Like if there is just a ton of mongrels running around, that actually gets really impeding. And there's just so much crap that you have to worry about. And then the barbarians just start whirlwinding like crazy.
Now for the witch doctors, they're sort of it could become a problem because they're not really a long range class. They're a medium range class. So even having those mongrels, it could still get a lot in the way and prevent keep them out of range of being able to use their firebomb.
The way that I look at it, if they do a very good job at designing everything, the barbarian throwing up his shield skill whenever things get really heated. If he did that the moment all the things are blowing up and just took minimal damage, well then the entire witch doctor strategy falls apart right then and there.
Because now they've got no mongrels.
Right, now they have to resummon them, and they've got a barbarian that probably has a lot of fury now. He's just gonna whirlwind you down or leap attack and just bash your face in, because if you took a lot of minor hits, then it seems like a good...
Oh, see, now you're trying to make it out like skill will actually win you an arena match. No, only imbalances can make you win an arena match.
Nice.
Proper timing and effective use of defensive cooldowns have no place in this discussion.
It's ridiculous.
The only other thing that popped into my head was that witch doctor skill. Say you had a team of 3 witch doctors all focusing on a witch doctor on the other team, and he does that ghost walk, and they blow all their pets up on the dummy.
Freaking spirit stupid walk. I hate that skill. It's so rude.
Main point being, as long as there are tactical counters for things, I'm A-okay with people doing the one-shot ponies. I'm gonna laugh at them, hopefully.
See, now where it does become a problem, but then this is just a flat-out balance problem, is if even popping something like Spirit Shield, or whatever the Barbarian one is, popping their big shield, if it still gives you, then it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just a balance problem. That's a numbers problem and not necessarily a conceptual problem.
Right. Yeah, there will always be fine-tuning, and it's going to be an ongoing process throughout the entire life of the game, but the main thing you want is the core mechanics to work out fairly well.
Is the game out yet?
I wish. Please.
I'm going to go to the store and find out.
I'm still hoping that I'll see one that's like, hey, we want you in the beta. Like, yeah.
Oh, Jeebus. Grub loves stirring the pot, does he not?
Mm-hmm.
Every post has to do with the followers now. And he goes on, each side of it. He's like, I want to play alone. He's like, or want to promote playing alone and discourage playing in a group? No, it's normal, dude. Get over it. It doesn't matter either way.
Well, and have we... Oh, we haven't actually mentioned Bashiok's sick burn while we've been recording, have we?
No, we haven't.
So there's a lot of debate on the forums about followers, and there's been a lot of speculation and various things going back and forth, and people saying it's like, well, isn't it a colossal waste of developer time for them to have built followers if they're only going to be available in normal mode, single player? And Bashiok pops in and said, I don't mean any offense, but you don't represent the majority of people that will play the game, for better or worse. People here logging in with their Diablo 2 keys to talk about an unreleased product on an essentially hidden forum do not represent the vast majority of people that will play the game. And that includes everybody on this podcast. We really are ultimately the minority.
Yep.
And he goes on to talk about how the majority of people who will buy Diablo 3 and the majority of people who bought StarCraft 2, Diablo 2, Diablo 1, played it once, finished normal mode, said that was awesome, and shelved it.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
oh man, the game would be sweet for them. They'd never be tainted by online griefing. Just play through the single player once and just enjoy it, and worth your $60 and then call it good.
Done.
Oh yeah.
That brings up another good point. This is going to be a $60 game or a $50 game, even. I'm not sure which, but you're getting an amazing value for it. I mean, it's going to be extremely replayable, just like Diablo 2 for me was. I played that for friggin' since it's been out, and I played Diablo 1 before that since it was out. And I'm going to play this for who knows how long. But, I mean, I compare it to other games at full price, and I'm like, what's the point? You know, especially like buying a Call of Duty game or something like that when they're just going to come out with a new one in a year anyway. It doesn't ring in too much value for me.
I'm sorry, did you say new? What would actually be new about it?
Oh, the title and the packaging.
There you go. New map pack,
there would be a
New
different
map pack.
guy on the cover wearing like sunglasses, holding a gun.
New skins.
That's another show.
But and this has brought up actually a big. This has been sort of a thing that's been running through my mind for pretty much the last year, is the whole idea of like, well, what is required in order to make the game worth the $60 value? Because I'm looking at my collection of games here, and I consider StarCraft 2 to have been worth my money.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I played through it on normal, hard. I beat Brutal, played enough multiplayer to establish that I am firmly Bronze League, and I've more or less shelved it. I pull it out every now and then when my friends are like, hey, let's play some StarCraft. But
as do I.
I loaded it up the other day, and I had 3 patches to install. More or less, I've shelved it, but I still feel I've gotten my value out of it.
Definitely.
And other games like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, I'm done the game. There is 0 reason for me to play it again. I platinumed it. I never have to put it in again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be a game that I'm going to be playing continually for the next decade, but I still feel I got my value out of it. So I think we do see this a lot in the question of value when it comes to something like Diablo 2, and a lot of the expectation from the niche part of the community, which is the forum, is that if it's not going to give me a decade worth of replay, then why bother releasing it at all?
Yeah, some people are a little bit
So
silly
true.
with that, but
Seems to be the sentiment.
It's really funny the point you brought up, because it's actually the exact same I was going to say with a slightly different twist. I played StarCraft 2. I liked it. I beat it on the normal mode so I could get through the entire story and see how everything progresses. I didn't continue past that as far as the single player aspect. I started playing it multiplayer. I got into Diamond League in a couple different areas, and I've pretty much shelved it. I'll play it every now and then with a friend or two, but it's not my mainstay. It's not really my focus.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as the price is concerned, yeah, it's definitely worth it. It has really just as much replay value as any other Blizzard game that's ever been released, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just not my cup of tea by comparison to say the Diablo series.
I've been kind of spoiled with Steam ever since I found them and all their like weekly Steam sales and
Oh my god.
midweek madness and all kinds of stuff. And the stuff like the seasonal things they have going on, I'm sure they'll have a giant summer sale coming up. It's kind of broken me on paying full price for games anymore. A lot of the time I don't even bother looking at a game that just came out if it's going to be full price because I know sooner or later it'll go on sale if it's one I want to pick up at dirt
Portal
cheap.
2?
Yeah, Portal 2 I got for $30. I'll go on
Yeah.
Amazon right now and see if it's still $30.
Well, that was
Yeah.
Portal 2 was particularly insane because if you pre-ordered it on Steam, it was 35, and then if you bought it the day it came out or in that first week, it was full price at like 45, and then if you bought it the week after that, it was on sale for like 30. It's been on and off sale so many times in just the first month.
It's insane.
That there
I
are
got it for
totally
30.
points of times where it's like, oh, I bought it on these 3 days, which are like the only 3 days of the month where it was full price.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
like,
incredible.
man, I feel bad for you.
Yep, I'm looking at Amazon right now. It's still $30 for PC and Mac, and then 40 for Xbox and PS3, which is just nuts. I mean, how long ago did it come out? A few weeks,
Mhm.
and I haven't even played it yet. I'm waiting till I'm done with the school semester next week. I bookmarked
So
that
I
link you
guess
sent me before the show.
on the idea of value, would you be excessively disappointed if Diablo 3 only had 3 replays, maybe 2 to 4 replays worth of engaging content in there? Would you feel disappointed?
Yep. Because of past history, because of Diablo 1 and 2 had more than that. If this one only had 2 to 3, I'd be actually quite pissed.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I have to agree.
Definitely
But
say so.
I mean, thinking about that, I don't even consider it an option because I know that I'm gonna miss a retarded amount of time playing this game.
Especially since there's
Another
5 classes.
Substantial portion of my life will be gone to Diablo
Especially
3.
since,
Yeah.
with a player like me, I always liked mixing things up and trying different things and builds. And
Mhm.
with the rune system, it's just exponentially been exploded out as far as possibilities.
My brain is
This
melting.
game is just it's too much.
I'm crying.
My head's gonna explode from being overwhelmed. My head explode. Anyone else tired of people comparing it to Diablo 2 and how it should be more like Diablo 2?
Yes. I was tired
Yeah.
of that the first day it happened.
Yeah.
So I think we need some clarification here. Most of the team that worked on Diablo 2 is no longer at Blizzard. If you want to play what Diablo 3 would have been, go pick up Torchlight and or wait for Torchlight 2. I actually played Torchlight the other day again, and because I was at my girlfriend's house and she doesn't have internet, and so I brought her a bunch of games, put them on her computer. And I was going through Torchlight, I started a new character, and I was like, I don't think I gave this game a fair shake before. I was rather enjoying it, I was having fun, and then I played it more. And I realized why I didn't have fun with it and didn't finish it the first time, because it is a very tedious, endless dungeon. Nothing really changes. There's no real dynamic boss fights or anything like that. It's pretty much point and click. Same old, same old. Been there, done that. But I forced myself to complete the game. Only after, though, I had a buddy tell me, he saw that I was playing Torchlight, and he's like, hey, I hope you're using mods with that. And I was like, mods? What? And apparently you can change the game any way you see fit. They got a bunch of pet mods and stuff that stacks your potions to ridiculous sizes and a bunch of cool mods that just change the game up and make it more fun.
Do they have game is no longer boring mod?
Unfortunately, no. Even with mods,
Dang
it's still boring as shit. Maybe even more so because it just makes it more convenient to be bored.
Maybe they should put Brother Laz on that. It's the guy that did the Diablo 2 mod. It's called the Median XL. I'm sure if he put enough time into it, he could work it into something, but it would take a long time.
Question is, does he want to?